Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm your host, Buckning, and today we're going to talk about my stock pick for September of 2020 for this portfolio. Specifically, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back, where we talk about dividend stocks and we build a stock portfolio in front of your eyes based off of dividends and the strength of a company and so on and so forth. But my stock pick for the month of September 2020 is Bank of Nova Scotia, which is right here. Currently, it on closing day, the closing price of the stock itself on the market is $55.44 Canadian. The dividend yield sits at 6.49%. And so the reason I'm picking this stock is because based off of what I talked about in the last video, if you haven't seen that, go check it out, is I talked about a little bit about stability in your portfolio. And in Canada, believe it or not, the finance sector is the biggest sector in Canada. And so what better stock to have in your portfolio, especially one that pays a dividend, is a bank stock. And to give you an idea of what Scotiabank, how strong their company is this bank, Scotiabank, has declared a dividend back in July 1st of 1833, and they've made dividend payments to shareholders ever since. And if you subtract the current year to the year that they started paying dividends, it's actually longer than Canada has been a country, which is absolutely crazy that they've been able to do that. And currently, they just released their third quarter financials, and they did declare a dividend to be paid out of 90 cents for all shareholders, as long as they hold it before the ex-dividend date, and they're on the books for that dividend. And so that is something you want to, maybe I'll talk about in a later video, what a record date is, an ex-dividend date, payment date, on how to qualify for the dividend itself. But if you've owned it before that, you're good. You're going to receive a dividend payment come the end of October. And so that being said, we'll just get right into it so I can show you kind of the details on the purchase itself. So we were able to, the activity, obviously, we deposited $100 into the TFSA itself. We purchased BNS, so Bank of Nova Scotia, at the price point of $55.47. And yesterday, we had another deposit, another deposit of $100, which will be in on the 11th. And we'll just keep populating this account with the Bank of Nova Scotia stock until next month, because I talk about building that stability. You don't need 100 different stocks in a portfolio, to be honest. I think even 15 is quite a bit. If you're just starting out, you need maybe less than 10, in my opinion. Really good stock picks. But we did purchase that this morning. And I think, yes. So what's really cool about Wealthsimple is we purchased at $55.47. That is the average price. So everything you add into this will affect that number. So we have one share because that's all we could afford with the $100. But come the 11th, when that other $100 gets in there, I will be purchasing more Bank of Nova Scotia stock, regardless of the price, because right now it's even at a good price at $55.44. Because the 52-week low, so the 1 year low right now, it was $46.38, and the 52-week high sits at $76.75. So really, I think it's at a very, very fair price. And so, yeah, so currently we have that in the portfolio. If you look here, obviously I'm down 3 cents because there's $200 worth. And that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. Honestly, 3 cents is not that big of a deal. That's the market. It fluctuates and things like that. So we'll continue to populate it that way. And this will eventually change. I'm down 0.02%, 3 cents really, on overall, which is, I don't really care, because we're going to get that sweet, sweet dividend. And so, yeah, Bank of Nova Scotia was the stock pick of this month. And like I said, we're going to do stability for sure. I'm just going to go through my watch list as well. So we have Apple. These are, well, I'm not even going to go through them really. I'm just going to let you take a quick peek here. These are some of the stocks that will probably go in the portfolio. And I'll just move them from the watch list and it'll just go automatically in the portfolio, which is really cool. So that's pretty much it. So we will leave it on this screen for now. But I just want to show you the tracker we'll be using. If it shows up here, just bear with, there it is. So this is the tracker that we're using. So this is trackyourdividends.com. This does, this is like some freelance worker who's actually made this, and it's actually really, really cool. So every time I purchase stock, I'm going to update this tracker. And it's really cool because it does break down a lot of things that any dividend investor would want to see. And so, and just so you know, it does round up other than the dividend yield and the yield on cost. So yield on cost and dividend yield are two different things. Yield on cost is essentially if this stock was $40, the dividend yield would change. However, that person who bought that stock, let's say at $40, their yield dividend or yield on cost is much higher, so they're getting a much bigger return than say someone who bought it like myself at $55. We'll just round up and only getting a 6.49. They might be getting like maybe a 7% yield on that, and then the dividend yield is just currently what the price is with the yield cost on hand. So hopefully that does make sense, but it does show the annual income, which is $4, which is not actually correct because Scotiabank has stated a dividend of 90 cents per share. And so in here, if you can see there, there's the ticker symbol bns.to, like I talked about earlier. We have one share, the current market price of $55.44. The average cost that I bought it at, because I only bought one, is at $55.47. We are at a profit of -3 cents, which is fine. Dividend yield 6.49. Annual income is 3.6. So it is a quarterly dividend. So all you do is take that 3.6 divided by 4, and you'll get that. And so when we do purchase more shares, I'll just keep adding them like a new holding, and I'll just add it in there, and it'll change these numbers. So every video, I'll update you guys on this as well. So hopefully you can come along for the journey, and that'll all make sense. So yeah, I mean, let's talk about that, and that's pretty much it. So again, stability is one of the things you want to have. Finances, the sector in finances is the biggest sector in Canada, and so that's why I chose Bank of Nova Scotia, because their dividend is coming up to be paid out, and what better time to get in than now, to be honest with you, because if you don't start now, you probably won't start when is ever a good time. And so Bank of Nova Scotia, pick of September 2020, the stock pick of September 2020, and we'll continue populating this account with Bank of Nova Scotia stocks till October 1st, and then we'll pick another one, and then eventually we'll get through, you know, my top 5 stock picks in the finance sector and things like that. But this is the one I'm going to populate this account with, because I talk about, you know, stability and then populating it with that same stock. Over time, your portfolio will build. This is a journey. This isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. It is going to take some time, but you're not going to get rich tomorrow. It's a process. And so hopefully you can accept that. And so other than that, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Again, I appreciate all the support, all the comments, the likes, and if you made it to the end of this video in particular, you know, consider hitting that subscribe button, come along for the journey, and hit that bell notification. Also leave a like so that we can help the channel grow, because I know finances are kind of a taboo topic to talk about, but it's becoming more popular and popular because it is important. It does play a factor in people's lives, whether it's yourself or other people. So yeah, leave a comment. Also, if you feel that your opinions are different, or you have feedback, or even leave a ticker symbol down there that I can take a look at and analyze for you. And we'll continue this journey, and I'll probably see you guys in a couple days. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye.